In the second chapter, the Lord praised self knowledge right from the beginning and criticized the Karma Kant of the Vedas. Hello and welcome to my channel. We are reading Bhagwatgeeta during the time of Pitru Paksh. And today we are reading chapter 3, Karma Yoga. So let's continue. Thereafter, he asked Arjun to take to Karma. This creates a serious doubt in Arjun, and the third chapter begins with this doubt. Arjun asks, "Oh Lord, you seem to confuse me by contradictory statements. Tell me one, knowledge or karma, which will lead me to moksha?" Bhagwan answers that there are two lifestyles called Karma Yoga Nishtha and Gyan Yoga Nishtha. One can choose any one of them as a householder or as a monk. But there is no choice between karma and knowledge. Whatever lifestyle one chooses, one has to follow relevant karma for purity and then pursue knowledge to discover the freedom that is one's true nature. Of these two lifestyles, Krishna gives preference to social life throughout the Gita. In the Upanishads, we find the latter emphasized. Choice depends on the maturity of the seeker. From the fourth to the seventh verse, Krishna condemns inaction and praises an alert and active life. Inaction should be avoided because neither purity nor knowledge can be achieved by that. Desires force one to act, and inaction will be suppression. And a mind without occupation will be idle. It will brood over sense pleasures. Such a hypocritical mind will soon fall. From the 8th to the 20th verse, Bhagwan deals with one of the most beautiful and important topics of the Gita, Karma Yoga. Having created the world and the intelligent human beings, the Lord Himself advocated the ways of life, which is Karma Yoga. By following this, material and spiritual progress can be attained. Since it is the teaching of the Lord, the Master of the universe, human being has to take it as a command and obey it as a servant of the Lord. When we follow the teachings of the Lord, it becomes a gesture of our appreciation for all the gifts and blessings that the Lord has bestowed upon us. Thus, our work becomes a worship or loving offering to God. It purifies the mind also. Lastly, Karma Yoga is necessary to maintain the harmony of the universe, upon which we are dependent. The working of the universe being a cyclic process with the human beings as its important link, one must be aware of one's responsibility. Thus, Karma Yoga is only the duty of a responsible citizen of the world. One who does not discharge it proves himself to be an immature human being. Thus, Karma Yoga is to be pursued because it contributes to material and spiritual progress. It is the commandment of the Master of the universe. It is our grateful offering to the Lord, acknowledging His gifts, and it is the only way of maintaining the harmony. In this chapter, Bhagwan does not talk about karmic karma action to fulfill the desires. This shows that true karma yoga does not involve karmic karma. Hence, a seeker must gradually reduce karmic karma even to become a true karma yogi. Karma yoga ultimately leads one to liberation through these stages of purity, inquiry, and knowledge. Krishna concludes the topic by citing the example of Janak, who successfully pursued knowledge while remaining in Karma Yoga Nishtha. From the 20th to the 29th verse, the Lord talks about the role of a wise man in this society, taking Arjun as one. Any person with a higher status or knowledge can influence others positively or negatively. Hence, even though Arjun might not benefit from this war, he has to fight as Kshatriya's duty and set an example to others. as he will be responsible for anarchy in his own time as well as in the future. Thus, both the wise and the ignorant should act the former for teaching others and the latter for purity. The only difference is that the former will be detached while the latter won't be. The 30th verse summarizes Karma Yoga, giving 5 conditions. First, keep the spiritual goal. Second, offer all actions to the Lord. Third, don't be concerned about the result. Fourth, be free from possessiveness. And fifth, be calm. One who follows Karma Yoga reaches the goal of life and the other is lost. Likes and dislikes, born of habits, pull a person astray. Still, a person should not go by what he likes to do, but what he has to do, even if it involves difficulties. As an answer to Arjun's question, Krishna elaborately discussed the problem of Kam Krodh. They are the real enemies of a seeker. Clouding the knowledge, they force a person to run after endless, unstable desires and take away all the chances of peace and progress. The senses, the mind, and the intellect are the base of desires. They have to be taken care of. Durvasana should be replaced by Shubhavasanas by practice. False values should be replaced by right one through discrimination. Once calm becomes weak, one can discover the Atma, which is beyond the senses, the mind, and the intellect, and thus destroy calm for good. Since Karma Yoga is the main topic, this chapter is called Karma Yoga. I'll tell you next chapter 4 in my next video. Till then, keep listening beautiful stories and keep smiling.